Soon the breakdown train was already there. When Sir Topham Hatt went on board, he actually, to be honest, Sir Topham Hatt was not even cross at all. He was just appreciated that the engines were okay, but he examined Rosie, the real injured one here. Rosie, he said, I don't know how long it's gonna take you to get mended, and hopefully, honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Sir Topham Hatt almost in tears. I mean, almost about to cry, cause he never said this to any engine. He said, the workmen, just by your damaged repairs, they may not be able to repair you. Wait, sir, said James, you're not joking. Yeah, no, I meant, sir, said James, you're joking. No, I'm not, said the Topham. No, I'm not, said the Topham Hatt. Duck, can you just please pick up this coach carriage? He said. Yes, sir, said Duck. Anyway, said the Topham Hatt. Like I said, hopefully you could be mended. But let's not worry yet, because like, one engine was damaged more than you, and he was repaired. But unfortunately, that was only once, so it's not real. So I can't really test out. And plus, it may be a more serious repair on the interior part of you, Rosie, said the Topham Hatt. Yes, sir, said Rosie, but she was still in shock. But what are we gonna do? I can't get past. Look at the track. This track is light, said the Topham Hatt, and he flipped it over. See, and when Rosie gets out of the way, or I'm not saying that in a bad way, Rosie, but when he just gets out of the way, you can pick up Thomas and Neville. Yes, sir, said Duck. But what about my coaches, sir, said Thomas? That's why we were in this accident. I know, said the Topham Hatt. But honestly, Thomas, can you wait for maybe a couple of hours or so before we go out to search again? I mean, maybe James can, since he's on the rails. But we gotta think about Rosie here. Look at her. How damaged she is. I understand, sir, said Thomas. Cause look, the bridge to this track, part of it's virtually destroyed. This track that Rosie's on is blocked by Neville and Thomas, so you can't get past right now. And this last track where Duck's at is blocked by Edward. So the track that goes around in that loop is the only passable track. All these other tracks are impassable, said the Topham Hatt. I understand, sir, said the engines. Now, Rosie, said the Topham Hatt, you think you feel strong enough that you can go to the works? I meant that someone can push you to the works? Yes, sir, said Rosie. I think I can go myself, said Rosie. You think so, said the Topham Hatt? Oh, yes, sir, said Rosie. I'm not that weak, but I am kind of delirious, she said. Oh, said Rosie. I don't feel so right, said Rosie. And then everybody watched in horror as Rosie puffed away. Everybody was sad to see her go. Oh man, said the engines. Rosie going to the she's going to the works to be mended, said the Topham Hatt. Don't worry about Rosie, y'all. Just focus on getting this mess cleaned up, he said. Yes, sir, said Duck. First, I'm gonna get Edward up first, he said. They worked hard to get Edward up. Yes, thank you, said Edward. And you're kind of damaged too, said the Topham Hatt. It's nowhere severe as Rosie's damages, but I suggest you still go to the works to be mended. Yes, sir, said Edward sadly. I'm sorry, sir. Sorry about what? Said the Topham Hatt. Because when I crashed into Rosie, sir, let me be honest with you, I was going almost at full speed. Really, said the Topham Hatt? Yes, sir, said Edward. I'm sorry. That's okay. I'm gonna tell you something, Sister Topham Hatt. That's not really nothing to be sorry for. So I know you was trying to find Thomas's coaches, but he said in the future, you don't have to go at fast and furious speed, said to Topham Hatt, laughing, cause that's how accidents happen, by engines going too fast. Yes, said James. And then Edward went on the other track, and then he also went to the works to be mended. Bye-bye, Edward, they said, and we'll see you. I'll see you too, said Edward. And if I'm near Rosie, he said, I might be able to check out her condition. And Edward also puffed away. The engines were horrified at the accident that happened in the past few hours. They were horrified. Whoa, said James. I cannot believe that all this has happened, he said. I really can't believe it, said James. Alright, Duck, said the Topham Hatt. Did you finish the rest off? Yes, sir. Then Gordon came out. Whoa, said Gordon. What happening? Ah! Oh no, said Neville. Stop! Stop! And Gordon crashed into the coaches hard. Ah, said Gordon. I am now considered now as the indignity Gordon. Aye, said James. What is happening to this island? He said. What is happening to our old island that we used to know? He said. Said Thomas. Oh no, said Duck. How am I gonna get past? To help, he said. Well, I'll try, sir, said Duck. Gordon, he said. You're too big. And look, the breakdown crane is not that big. Look. We just got to push you off. Yes. Perfect, said Duck. Right here, right here. And they put him on the breakdown train. But Gordon was too big of an engine, so no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't get Gordon on. Gordon was too big of an engine. He just slid off. Uh-oh, said Duck. That can't be good. How are we gonna get all this off? He said. Oh no, said Duck. Oh, I'll try my best, sir. That's all that counts. That's all that matters, said Sir Topham Hatt. As soon they got Neville's, they got the express coaches, but Neville's tender was virtually destroyed. So Neville will also have to go to the works to be mended. Aye, said Bertie. What about Gordon, sir? What about Thomas? All of them have to go to the works to be mended, said the Topham Hatt. Aye, said Bertie. What is going on here? He said. I don't know, sir. I don't know, said Duck. But anyways, he said, what's going on here? Neville himself barely had a scratch as Duck put those two back on the rails. But couldn't be the same for his tender, so he had to. So not virtually him, but his tender would have to go to the works to be mended. So Neville would have to stay in the shed for it until his tender was mended, since he wasn't a tank engine. Soon Gordon was back on the rails, and this truck too. This truck had no major impacts to it, but they kept it like that since it would be virtually ridiculous to try to mend a truck. And I heard that there's an accident at the docks with Percy, tar, and fuel tankers. Are you serious, said James? Oh wait, never mind. I saw it. I had that accident too with some tar and fuel tankers, he said. And I'm about to go see. And James said, no, said Sir Topham Hatt. Stay! Ugh, I'm so cross right now. I don't know what to do. Duck, take me over there. Yes, sir, said Duck, and Duck puffed away.